Have you ever looked at a situation and just wanted to understand exactly what is happening? I mean, not why it's happening or how to fix it, but just to get a really crystal clear snapshot of reality? Well, when you need that fundamental understanding, descriptive research is your absolute essential first step. Think of it like a detective arriving at a crime scene. Their first job isn't to solve the why or to catch the culprit right away. No, it's to meticulously observe and document the what. What's in the room? Where is everything placed? Who's here? This systematic observation, it's the foundation for everything that comes next. And, in the world of research, we have a formal method for doing exactly that. And that tool, it's called descriptive research. It's designed to answer that one crucial question: what is the current state of this phenomenon? It's really all about painting a detailed, accurate picture of a situation, just as it naturally exists. Now, the key principle here is, well, it's crucial: studying things as they exist in reality. This means the researcher has to be an impartial observer, not someone who's trying to change things. There's no intervention, no attempt to influence the outcome. The whole goal is just to capture what's already there, using both hard numbers, that's the quantitative part, and those rich, detailed descriptions, the qualitative part. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, imagine a study on remote work. Descriptive research would describe the situation exactly as it is. How many hours people are working. It would clarify properties, like the specific collaboration tools they're using. It can even help identify relationships, like, say, a link between having flexible hours and how satisfied people say they are with their job. So ultimately, it helps us understand the common practices and attitudes of remote workers, giving us a complete lay of the land before we even think about making any changes. Okay, so let's dive into this. How do you actually do descriptive research? Because it's not just random observation. It follows a really structured and logical process to make sure that the final picture is reliable and super clear. This process is basically a clear roadmap, and following it is what separates rigorous research from just, casually looking at something. It all starts with defining the problem. You have to know exactly what you're looking for. Then you formulate a hypothesis or a clear question to guide you. From there, it's all about logistics. You carefully design the procedures and develop the tools you're going to need, like a survey or maybe an observation checklist. And only when your plan is totally solid can you move on to collecting and analyzing the data. And then, at the very end, based on all that hard work, you can confidently draw conclusions about what the data is telling you. See how each step builds logically on the last one? Now, this structured process isn't some one-size-fits-all solution. A better way to think of it is like a researcher's toolkit. Depending on the situation and what kind of what question you're asking, you're going to need to pick the right tool for the job. So let's take a quick look at a few of the most common ones. So here are 4 of the big ones. If you wanted to systematically analyze, say, thousands of customer reviews to find common themes, you'd use content analysis. If you wanted to quickly gauge public opinion on a new policy, the survey method is perfect for reaching a huge group of people. For an incredibly deep dive into a single successful company's culture, you'd do a case study. And if you wanted to see if there's a relationship between, hours spent studying and final exam scores, you'd use correlational studies. Each one of these methods answers that fundamental what is question, but in its own unique way. So we've really just scratched the surface of this powerful research approach. How do these methods actually work in the real world? Well, in our next explainer, we're going to zoom right into that first tool, content analysis. We'll break down exactly how to apply it and, just as importantly, how to make sure your analysis is actually reliable. I'll see you there.